Hey everyone, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've created a card using a new release from Spellbinders. This is a 3D embossing folder with a coordinating die so you can cut and emboss at the same time. It's the Poinsettia Bells and Border. And then I added some poinsettia flowers that I had created from another video using the Spellbinders Build a Wreath. So here is that 3D embossing folder. I'm going to use some gold mirror cardstock. I have the die cut in place. I'm going to close this down so the die cut will just sit in the embossing folder. And I had one of these videos not too long ago and I didn't do it this way because I just wasn't even thinking. But you can lay the die cut in so you can emboss and die cut all at one time. So we're going to use that bottom piece. Essentially, it has a straight line and then it has all the pretties down at the bottom. I am using traditional Christmas colors, so we've got the gold, red, green. I will bring in some white, but I wanted to add a nice red strip behind the gold mirror cardstock because this is going to go on a green A2 size card base. I mean, I trimmed it down a little bit smaller, but this is an A2 size card. So I want to have something between the green and the gold mirror. I originally thought I was just going to adhere this flat to the card base, but then I thought, no, this needs to have some dimension, and I'm glad I did. It is so pretty, and I really love embossing on gold mirror cardstock or any mirrored cardstock for that matter. I forget how much I like it, and so I'm glad I remembered today. I'm adding some adhesive strips behind my little panel here, and then I can adhere this towards the bottom of the card. And like I mentioned, I have some poinsettia flowers that you can see there to the right. That is from another video using the Build a Wreath that you guys can, I will try to remember to link that below. But if I don't, the other video has that showing how to put that together, and it's super cute. I can't promise how my memory is going to be right now, just kind of going through all the things we're going through, but I will try my best to remember. I'm going to trim the excess off because I did already trim this card panel down about 1/8 of an inch on all sides. I'm using my mini Misty. I want to stamp the Believe sentiment. This is from Simon Says Stamps Ornament Options. And I want to have it on the top right on that green. And because I want it white, you could do white embossing powder, but I am opting to use Hero Hues Pigment Ink in Unicorn. I'm just making sure it's nice and straight before I ink it. I'm checking all my lines on my Misty. Sometimes I think you can tell really good, and then other times not so much, but I'm just going to adjust that. And I think now I have this nice straight sentiment. What I love about 3D embossing folders is that you just can create such quick cards. This was a really fast card to put together. So if you are thinking about like making a bunch of Christmas cards, this could definitely be the way to go. And you don't even have to use foam adhesive. You could just adhere it directly to the background and it would go even faster. But this is a really quick way to mass produce cards. Now that I have that stamped and inked, I'm going to adhere this to my white card base. I did trim that panel down because I wanted to have a nice white border around, because also I have that white sentiment and I felt like the white is going to pop off of this pretty dark green card. This green cardstock is Forest cardstock from Cardstock Warehouse. That red strip is cherry cardstock. And then here are these poinsettias from the Build a Wreath die from Spellbinders, and I do have that linked below. I'm going to adhere these down with some liquid glue and my reverse tweezers. And then I want to add just a few more details. You guys know I love Studio Katya's gold foil confetti. It's just one of my favorites. And I'm going to add a few of those around. I like to lay my confetti out, or my sequins, or whatever it is that I'm using. I like to lay it out ahead of time I don't feel confident enough to just add my glue and then put them down. So I have to lay them out ahead of time. And I was deciding, do I just want them out on the top or do I want some on the bottom? And I opted to have a few on the bottom and a few on the top. And I love that these have different sizes. That's something else I'm just kind of funny about. I need to have my sequins have different sizes. I struggle really bad if they're all the same size. So I'm just going to put these in place, and I think I'm adding one more at the bottom. And now that I like how it looks, I can use my liquid glue and put those right in place. And then we can take a look at this up close so you can see how beautiful that 3D embossing folder makes this gold foil or gold mirror cardstock. Super, super pretty. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope you guys have a really wonderful day, and thank you for all of your support. Bye.